Minneapolis, where another shooting has been reported involving federal law enforcement officers. This is a live look now in Minneapolis. DHS has confirmed a man who they say is an illegal immigrant was shot in the leg after he fled officers during a traffic stop. DHS says 2 other people attacked an officer with shovels during that incident. Our sister station in Minnesota is reporting the agent is in the hospital along with the person who was shot. Comes a week after a 37-year-old woman was shot and killed by a federal agent. Protests have been ongoing in the city tonight. ICE has had to use flashbangs and other methods to break up protesters. We'll, of course, have the latest coverage from the scene over on our website at 5newsonline.com and tomorrow morning on 5 News This Morning. Thanks for joining us for your 5 News at 10. I'm Darren Bobb. Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert joining us now with the first check of the forecast. Cold.
They get colder, and it's going to linger for several days. That's where we begin your forecast tonight. I want to start with what's new. And as we look ahead at the newest weather data, it's becoming abundantly clear that this cold snap is going to progress at least in the first half of next week, perhaps even beyond. There could be some changes more so in the extended forecast. Happening right now, it's still breezy outside, but those winds are definitively letting up, and they're going to be much lighter tomorrow. That's some good news. It's going to be cold, but at least it's not going to be cold and windy tomorrow. We'll enjoy a lot of sunshine out there. We're tracking another cold front and perhaps another cold front after that one. The next one arrives late this week into this weekend. First, though, we'll have to get through tomorrow morning. Temperatures likely dropping into the teens across northwest Arkansas, low 20s here in the River Valley. But even with that light winds, 5 to 8 miles an hour, it's going to feel colder than that. Wind chill values 7 a.m. tomorrow, 15 Huntsville, 19 Fort Smith, 19 Paris, 16 Bentonville. You go into the lunch hour, yeah, it's still going to be chilly out there. It's going to feel like we're in the 30s. Winter is here. We'll track how long it's expected to stay. And if we can't find any rainfall in the extended 10-day forecast, that's coming up in just moments.
5 News is looking into questions surrounding Jones Elementary School in Springdale after we got a tip claiming the school was closing. Reached out to Springdale Public Schools. We were referred to a December school board meeting. At that meeting, the board discussed the district's 6-year master plan, which looks at repairing or replacing aging schools and improving facilities across the district. As part of that plan, the district said it would rescind state partnership funds previously allocated to Jones Elementary and delay any project until at least 2028.
This project, we're going to rescind that back to the state and reapply for the next funding cycle, which is a year 2 project, so it'd be May of 28.
Documents obtained by 5 News through a Freedom of Information request show teachers emailed the superintendent expressing concern about the possibility of Jones closing. Superintendent Dr. Jared Cleveland wrote back that no final decision has been made, but acknowledged closure is one of the options being considered. Wednesday, we got a statement from Jones on behalf of Dr. Cleveland. The statement says, in part, plans to rebuild Jones on the current site is no longer viable. To remain competitive with staff salaries, district efficiency must be prioritized without hindering safety, security, or academic achievement. A local school hit hard by the tornadoes in May of 2024 is finally back open. Greer-Lingle Middle School was severely damaged in Rogers, forcing students and staff to finish out that school year in trailers. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman shows us what the school looks like now and what people think about it.
The community got together to say that they wanted the school ready and open for students when August came. And today, the school has been deemed finished.
The school has come a long way since Memorial Day weekend of 2024.
18 months ago, if you were standing right here, you could look up and you could see the sky. That the roof was completely torn off, and the floor was already buckling from the water.
Jeff Perry is the superintendent of Rogers Public Schools and says the school had 3 months after it was hit to find a place to educate 680 students.
We're never really finished. This is one of those projects or one of those times in which you do have that sense of accomplishment. We got new floor throughout the building, new ceilings all the way through the building, new HVAC systems, new electrical, new plumbing. And so virtually everything within the building has been restored and renovated.
Marking the milestone with a ribbon cutting, even though students returned to class back in August.
We're doing the grand reopening now because we finally have the full entirety of the building that's been turned over to us. But throughout this first semester, obviously that we've had graphics that have been added to further brand the school and bring the colors in.
School principal Eric Sokol says it's astonishing how quickly the school was built back.
There just been a tremendous amount of effort, which allowed a great deal of work to be done in a relatively short amount of time.
It looks the same from our 6th grade year, but it is completely different.
Diana Sanchez is now an 8th grader and remembers the school before the storm. Another feature that stands out is
the enhancement of the band and the choir and the orchestra rooms, which also serve as our storm shelter.
Ensuring safety for everyone if another severe weather event were to occur.
We knew that there was an addition to the school, a safe room. And that doubles as our fine arts section.
From devastation to determination, Greer Lingle Middle School stands as a symbol of a community that refused to give up.
With more structure and more colorful places to learn, students and staff are excited about the future. In Rogers, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
We're learning more tonight about Cave Springs' issue with the city's unpaid federal taxes. Nearly $100,000 in unpaid taxes was uncovered by an audit, on top of another more than $100,000 the city already paid. Taxes. A council member confirmed at one time police cars were briefly uninsured because an insurance bill wasn't paid on time. City says the audit is still ongoing. They expect additional findings in the coming weeks. Our full story and more on the federal lawsuit the city is facing from an elected treasurer is right now up on our website at 5newsonline.com. The man accused of killing 2 people at Devil's Den State Park expected back in court tomorrow morning. Andrew McGann will have another status hearing in a Washington County courtroom. He is accused of killing Clinton and Kristen Brink at the park last July while the 2 were hiking with their 2 daughters. McGann was arrested after a 5-day manhunt in Springdale. He's pled not guilty and faces the death penalty. In Benton County tonight, Amber Waterman's capital murder trial has officially been reassigned to a new judge. We told you last night a filing revealed Judge Karen Green told both sides of the case a different judge was assigned to the case back when the proceedings began. Waterman's attorneys then said they wanted it back in the correct judge's court. Well, now Judge Brad Karen will preside over the case. Waterman faces the death penalty for the kidnapping and murder of Ashley Bush. We've learned Springdale-based poultry company George's has agreed to a settlement with the state of Oklahoma in that ongoing Illinois River watershed pollution lawsuit. Federal courts sided with the state and ruled poultry companies knew their growers used fertilizer that polluted the watershed in East Oklahoma. Part of the settlement, George's must pay $5 million and pay $250,000 for a monitor compliance team. They must also remove poultry litter over the next 7 years and make sure it does not happen to other land in Oklahoma. That settlement does not impact ongoing proceedings with Tyson Foods and other poultry companies. New at 10 tonight, a Haskell County, Oklahoma. A jailer there has been arrested for allegedly having inappropriate contact with an inmate. Sheriff's office says Audrey Callison was charged, and now Stigler police are working with the FBI to investigate. Details on the inmate and the extent of the alleged contact have not been released. At the Oklahoma State Capitol, extra security is now in place after the State House was vandalized on Tuesday. Vulgar messages about state lawmakers were spray painted on the Capitol building. Security at the Capitol is under the jurisdiction of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, and they say they're stepping up patrols after the incident.
These graffiti artists are very fast in what they do, so obviously they were able to slip in between our checks. But we are changing our security measures overnight to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and we're going to hold down the Capitol.
OHP says the cleanup expected to cost several $1,000s. Now, the agency told our affiliate station in Tulsa they also have video of the alleged suspects who actually committed this vandalism. An Arkansas woman says she's feeling lucky to be alive tonight. While she was driving toward Little Rock this weekend on Interstate 30, a rock flew through her car after it was thrown off an overpass. Autumn Foltz has the story.
first thing that I noticed was a loud sound, and I thought maybe my windows had been shot out. It was so loud.
That sound came just after noon on Sunday as Kim Robertson drove eastbound on Interstate 30 towards Little Rock, passing under the Bryant Parkway overpass. She quickly checked her windows and mirrors, and everything looked intact.
My immediate thought was my sunroof, but I had the sunroof cover closed, so I couldn't see it, but I could hear rattles.
A large rock had been thrown from the overpass, shattering her sunroof. Fortunately, the interior cover stopped it from coming through.
How are you feeling, like, in that moment, like, when you first heard it?
Oh, scared, very scared. I took my foot completely off the gas.
Robertson says she pulled onto the shoulder, trying to process what had just happened.
So it made me immediately look in my rearview mirror to see, if there was somebody up on the overpass since I just went under. And there was two individuals, one that I could identify, but the other one I couldn't see after I got further away.
According to a Bryant police report, officers searched the area but did not find a suspect. Robertson says knowing about the deadly case from 2005 involving a rock thrown from an overpass makes this especially scary.
If I had had that screen opened on my sunroof, it could have been me that was not here today.
That was Autumn Foltz reporting. In the 2005 incident that she talked about, an SUV driven by a 50-year-old woman was struck by an object thrown from an overpass on I-630. That person later died from her injuries.